Now recently I've been working a lot with textual data, and now, as it turned up, I had a document of my own. Well, this is a text document with a rather longish text in it, and you can see it's pretty long. It dealt with, I can't share it, I can't put it out in public domain, but it dealt with, you know, using Earth observation data, artificial intelligence, blockchain, so on and so forth. And you can see it's pretty long. And one of those days I just had to make a summary. I needed to summarize it and just make it smaller. So I just assumed, actually, why don't I try some artificial intelligence and, get myself a summary. Okay, just spoiler alert, I used artificial intelligence. I got a condensed version, but I still had to rewrite bits and portions of that, to get something that was proper and sensible. But, artificial intelligence generated text. It actually gave me a structure for my summary. So, that was the end result. But now I'm just going to talk you through, it's just behind the scenes. I'm not going to discuss the code. I'm not in any great detail anyway. I'm not going to discuss this code and things like that. What I'm interested in doing is actually showing you, what really happened when I worked with artificial intelligence for creating my own summary. Anyway, it's Google Colab. I read in the data set path, and these are two ways of reading in your data. I have another video sitting around that you can have a look at with open path, R as f dot read, and then I just got the variable name. And if you don't like that, then you have variable name open, provide the path, the file dot r read, and this is my text. Print it again. I come on to blockchain. And the first thing I wanted to see was, what have I been gibbering on about in my own text. So from OS import path, from PIL import image, word cloud import word cloud, stop words. This is a very basic word cloud. I haven't done any data pre-processing as such. I create a variable word cloud. I call the function word cloud generate get corona summary. So I'm just going to build a word cloud from this particular summary. PLT I am show interpolation bilinear. So the bulk of the summary talks about forest data research and a bit about blockchain, which does kind of make sense because blockchain wasn't so dominant in my summary, my write-up. Then I decided to use Gensim. So again, I have a course which covers, I've got plenty of content out there which covers actually what Gensim is and using it for different purposes. I'm not going to go into that detail. So from Gensim, summarization, summarizer, import summarize, and the only thing you have to do is like print summarize, get corona summary. That's it, end of the story. Now it starts out like this. This will enable different conservation stakeholders to both identify the evolution of monoculture plantation, so on and so forth. But when I look at it, how I started out was my research will develop data-centric and generalizable measures. So it seems that this summary is like starting slap bang from the middle. So it's much shorter now, but I'd like, the summary to have a head and a tail basically. So if you want to do that, you can call the function summarize again. I did. The variable which stores your summary 0.4, which means it's just going to reduce my summary by 40%. So now this makes more sense. My research will develop data-centric measures to quantify, so on and so forth. Through my research, I will develop biome scale measures to identify. I will operationalize. My research will develop conceptual. Okay, it ended up using but anyway, this one has done a pretty decent job of shortening it and covering all the themes that I had in my write-up. Then I had BERT. Now this package hasn't been working very well, but I'm just going to show it to you anyway. When I did it, pip3 install BERT. It's a transformer based machine learning technique. Pip install summarizer. From model import summarizer. Again, result model, pass in the variable. I want a minimum length 300, maximum 500. My research will develop data-centric and generalizable measures in addition to SDG. So yeah, it starts off pretty well, but it's a much smaller summary. And then after BERT, I had BART, which uses sequence-to-sequence machine translation architecture, similar to BERT, and then it uses a decoder. So pip install BART, pip install transformers. Again, this is a transformer based method. From transformers, import all of these. Tokenizer, I need a tokenizer. BART tokenizer from pre-trained, so we'll use a pre-trained model. Model BART for conditional generation from pre-trained. So these are all the steps that you'll always run through, whatever your text. And then I said tokenizer, batch encode. Actually, I don't want this. Get corona summary. Return point, summary IDs, model generate inputs, early stopping true. So BART summary decode, summary IDs. Now again, if I have to describe what all is going on, I'm going to need a couple of lectures to do that, but that's not the point of, because this is a behind the scenes lecture. So my research will develop data-centric and generalizable measures to quantify embedded historical deforestation. The techniques I develop will be applicable to agricultural and non-agricultural. My research will contribute to the development of globally unambiguous definition of forest, non-forest. So yes, it reads pretty well, but that's the only thing it does, because it doesn't talk unlike Gensim, this one really doesn't talk about conceptual frameworks, minimum viable blockchain protocols. And remember, as you can see, I did have some blockchain sitting in my text, so yes, I would like my summary to mention that. So anyway, just get back in touch, because I'm still working on this write-up. Let me know, I've only shown you a brief picture. Which one of the models do you think has summarized my text better? Gensim, BERT, or BART? And then, I'll take it from there. And obviously, do let me know if you're interested in more text summarization and artificial intelligence kind of content.